Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another evening of Pub Quiz Trivia with myself, Simon, and this evening a very special guest is joining to throw some banter into the bear pit of trivia, Rebecca Creamer. We're going to get started very, very soon. We'll just give people a chance to get online, to get their drinks and takeaway foods all in order or ordered, which you can do for Lee Brando, I hope, this week. Hey, with the two fellas. And we're going to cut this music. There's calling that down. The nice transitions there. There's Mike, and here I am. So welcome back, everybody. We have a fun quiz, I hope, this evening lined up. We'll see how it goes. With plentiful supply of Two Fellas Delicious beer, which you can order through Leaf Rando. It is delicious. Yum, yum. I'm selling it. Meanwhile, whilst everybody's going on, let's have a look at some of the more interesting topics that popped up on my newsfeed this week. So, let's have a look. Sainsbury's. They caused some controversy with the racist British public this week by doing an advertisement with a whole family of black people in it. And Twitter went crazy, proving Britain is going more and more racist because they said they didn't feel connected with them. But nothing was said about Aldi's Christmas advertisement, which was a family of carrots. Didn't feel connected or disconnected from those in the slightest. But there we go. Then, hey Danny. Then, Lego announced they were launching their new Despot series. You can't really. You can get your own Lego Despot leader Trump. You can't. I wish you could. You could put Boris Johnson. Actually, it comes as part and parcel. You could just have to change the colour of the tie. You could have a Despot Trump or a Despot Johnson. Bit of a bojo. So that's all the funny stories I picked up on this week. The carrots are an interesting one from Aldi. Here are some happy carrots that we are going to slaughter and put in your Christmas dinner. Did you see that Aldi are selling Father Christmas salami? I don't know where the salami came from, but they're selling Father Christmas's salami. It's a log of Father Christmas. Ooh. Anyway, everybody check in on the chat. I will post again the link to submit your team name and your round one answers that we'll get on with very shortly. Danny, I'm not downing my beer. Not all not rugby hooligans. Well, not yet. I mean, should I top it up? Is it best to keep it all cold as one? Don't know. Do I keep some in the bottle, some in the... I think it's best to have a full glass. The glamorous assistant pouring the beer this evening. Some bitter badger. So what do we have ahead this evening? So this evening we have our usual easy round and our hard round, or easier and hard round. We have our theme round. Thank you, Becca. Our theme round this week is software. And then we have a music round. But to get around the censors that are YouTube, the music has a very special mode, special form factor. What's the proper word for that? A form, not quite medium, maybe? Let's go for that. My hair is already going on now. Right, anyway, so as everybody's checking on, let's see how many people we've got watching. All right, about the same number as last week at the moment. Excellent. Oh, don't forget to like this video stream and to click subscribe. That will help us get towards getting our own custom little name to make finding the channel a little bit easier. And follow the two fellas on Instagram and Facebook for all updates about current business, and especially follow on Instagram to get special promotional offers for deliveries on Lieferando on certain days of the week, etc. And I guess without further ado, get going. So let's go on to the easy round. So pay attention. Round one, question one. I made the text bigger this week so I can read it. Oh. I know, right? I did things for myself for once. With Jamie Foxx voicing the lead, what is the name of Disney's Pixar's new movie? So, with Jamie Foxx voicing the lead, what is the name of Disney Pixar's new movie? It was released in the US in October, and I think it's about to be released in Germany in the next millennium or so. I'll keep up with the times. You don't know this one? I don't think it's been like. I remember when like Ratatouille was promoted about 8 months to a year before it was released. Ratatouille was not shit. Ratatouille was amazing compared to the more recent stuff. I Nothing has two X's. Fox is spelled Foxx.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Faux 20. Well, okay, there we go. There's my first spelling mistake of the evening.
Well,
Let's see. Might as well give up now. Is Dylan around? There he is. Dylan says Ratatouille is absolutely fantastic. Flipping the bird. So, with Jamie Foxx voicing the lead, what is the name of Disney Pixar's new movie? I'm not downing it, Dylan. Question 2. Which actor played James Bond in GoldenEye? You don't know this?
No.
Why don't you know this?
I don't know. I only like Bond themes. I don't like the film. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to be really hard, and I wouldn't know any of them.
How do you not know this? This is a classic. I actually watched a follow-up film. Not a follow-up film, but a film of the same director. The director, Martin Campbell, did.
Oh, okay, I do know it, everyone.
You do know it.
Myself.
Did GoldenEye, then he did Casino Royale, then he did that horrendous Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds in it.
I've never seen that.
Oh, you don't need to. I mean, Ryan Reynolds has made a career about joking about how bad it was.
I've never seen a Ryan Reynolds film.
You've never
actually, I tell a lie. I've seen one. That was the Amityville Horror.
I haven't seen that.
Don't bother.
Oh, I'd like to see the one where he's buried in a casket. Don't remember what it's called. So question 2 is which actor played James Bond in GoldenEye? Let's move on to question number 3. After Glasgow and Edinburgh, which is Scotland's third largest city? And that's obviously by population. So after Glasgow and Edinburgh, which is Scotland's third largest city? Do you want to just mark yourself? You might as well add. Do you want to just go on the link and just be a team player?
Yeah, I do.
You don't need to have my. You just need to go to the sheet that's in the chat. Slightly more twitchy. Let's go back to this.
I actually don't know how to do that.
You don't know how to go to the link. All right, let me.
No, don't stop
No.
I've got the link. I just don't know where the chat is.
Well, you don't need the chat anymore if you've got the link. Let me just message you the link. Becca Creamer tries to do technology. You can go to the fridge. You've still got my my bottle opener. Oh, I've lost the stream now. There it is. All right. So question 3 was after Glasgow and Edinburgh, which is Scotland's third largest city? We'll move on to question number 4. And who is the current monarch of Norway? I want the name and the number. I should guess this one when I wrote the question.
Did you get it right?
I did get it right. So question 4, who is the current monarch of Norway? Good sound. What's your team name going to be?
I'm gonna revive my home. This is what I used to call all of my pub quiz teams when I was at uni. I don't know, when I was at home. When I used to. First time I probably stepped foot in a pub to have a drink there was to actually go to a pub quiz. That's how nerdy I am.
First time. I don't think that's nerdy. You're from the north of England. I mean,
We used to go when we were 16 and we'd always beat everybody in the pub.
mic drop.
That doesn't say a lot about where I'm from.
Question 5. Against which country did Germany lose 6-0 this past Tuesday? That's in football. So against which country did Germany lose 6-0 this past Tuesday? This was question 5. So question 5. Against which country did Germany lose 6-0 this past Tuesday? 6. On this day, in a certain year, which I forgot to put in there, I think it was 1815, an 80-ton sperm whale attacked and sunk the American whaling ship Essex, which later inspired Herman Melville to write which novel? So on this day, in, let's say, 1815, an 80-ton sperm whale attacked and sunk the American whaling ship Essex, which later inspired Herman Melville to write which novel? Let's double check that year there. On this day, it just happened. 1820. I was close, 5 years off. On this day in 1820, an 80-ton sperm whale attacked the American whaling ship Essex, that later inspired Herman Melville to write which novel?
Have you ever read it?
No.
Are you ever going to read it?
No.
Yeah, me either.
I mean, there's a film with Patrick Stewart in. I mean, that's like as
Is
far as you
it?
need to go. Yeah, it's like one of these things. I really want to read the Russian classics.
And War and Peace.
Yeah,
The BBC did a great
they
adaptation of
did
that.
do a great
I'm
adaptation of
not gonna
that.
bother now.
I'd say I wish they'd do an adaptation of Magic Mountain and Thomas Bad because that was this a book is dull as fuck. It's so hard to get
I'd
through.
watch it. I wouldn't read it.
Interesting fun fact has just come in from our other quizmaster at the Two Fellas who does the German pub quiz on a Monday. Good old Marcus. Apparently, according to Suze, uh, sperm whale's penis is the same size as her.
I mean,
5'10" or something.
yeah, I was just gonna say for people who don't know Suze,
Yeah.
we need a height. Can we get that in both feet and inches and centimeters for everybody who's watching?
Is that what? 1.8? No. That's, 3'3" is a meter. 175 or something.
175 is about 5'9".
Yeah, about that. Well, the scores last week were too high, so I had to make it a bit harder this week. Okay. So that was question 6. Question 7. What is the name of the strait that separates Alaska from Russia? So, what is the name of the strait that separates Alaska from Russia?
I feel like I need to sit more behind the camera, so you're kind of like when you're looking at me, you're actually looking at the screen.
Don't do that because I have to look into the light because the light really starts to give you like weird like 1980s top of the pops vision. So, what is the name of the strait that separates Alaska from Russia? Got it?
Yeah. I think I've got it.
Good. Right. Question 8. Angus, Holstein Friesian, Limousin, and Japanese Black are all breeds of which animal? So Angus, Holstein, Friesian, Limousin, and Japanese Black are all breeds of which animal?
I know this one. I love quiz.
Have you done any other online quizzes?
No, because I only do the best. The Two Fellas on a Friday with Simon J. Asquith.
Nice. Nice work. I did the Autosport one, and it was just full of mustachioed garagistas going, "Oh no, I think you're fine actually." Oh, I didn't do that again. So.
Fair.
Yeah, spelling is not my strong point, and without a spelling uh, check in a spreadsheet, it's a bit difficult.
Mm.
I would correct it if I could, but I can't. So, Angus, Holstein Friesian, Limousin are wrongly spelled Japanese Black and are all breeds of which animal? Dolphins, yes. Question 9. On the 19th of November 1969, which football player supposedly scored their 1000th goal? On the 19th of November 1969, which football player supposedly scored their 1000th goal? The word supposedly is quite important. It's not really officially recognized by anybody but themselves.
I don't really put an embarrassing guess for that.
In 1969.
That does not help me. I don't know how old the person that I've put is, but I think they're quite old.
It's not Cristiano Ronaldo.
I didn't write that.
Nor is it Eric Cantona.
I also didn't write that, but I knew that was what you were going to say. I knew that was what you were going to say.
Greatest football player of our generation.
What, Cantona?
Cantona.
Does he count as our generation?
Of watching, yeah. Like 1990s, very early 2000s. Wait,
Was
what?
that when you were most into football? You tell me you were most into football when you were 6 years old, Simon.
I think he went to Man United in like 97, so I was like 8. From Leeds United. Controversial. So on the 19th of November 1969, which football player supposedly scored their 1000th goal was your question 9. And on to question 10. Name the Disney Star Wars series that began its second season on the 30th of October 2020. Name the Disney Star Wars series that began its second season on the 30th of October 2020. You got that one. So those are your 10 questions. If anybody needs anything repeating, write it in the chat. And I'll repeat the questions. And then we will lock the sheet. Is that you or me?
That was me.
All right. We'll lock the sheet in at 2033 or 1933 if you're watching GMT.
Anywhere else can fuck off.
Anywhere else can, yeah. I'm not converting anything else. Like I can do one. I can do +1 plus -1. That's all I can do. So if anybody needs anything repeating, write it in the chat. Otherwise, take this moment to get some beer or food or ablution. Ablutions.
Very polite way of saying going to the bathroom.
All right, going to the shower.
I'm trying to keep this highbrow, Simon.
Why can I do an impression of Darth Vader? No, I can't. I could, but it wouldn't be much of an impression. It would go badly for everybody. There are 10 questions. He says confidently, hoping that. Yeah, the next slide says end of round. Whew. I didn't put an end of round till I did every single round, though. I know that. All right, get those answers in. The answer sheet will lock in 5 minutes. Tonight, Dylan. God, it sounds like we're going to be at Stars in you, right? To that, Matthew. Which Two Fellas Brewery GmbH? Not Lake Michigan, no. I am drinking the Bitter Badger. A English bitter inspired beer brewed with English hops and the two fellas' kind and caressing hands to the hops and yeast and then water from Berlin, probably. Yeah. I sold you right, I see.
Would you like to top up?
I wouldn't mind a top up. That would be very kind of you.
That's what I'm here for.
Not downing it, Danny. Is Tori lurking somewhere?
One empty growler.
Uh,
I know you hate that word.
I put it next to my other empty growler.
Hey. Where did you buy that growler from, Simon?
I got it from the Two Fellas Brewery in Pankow. Delicious beer available to be delivered to your door as long as you're within 1.5 kilometer radius of the bar. If you need questions repeating, I will repeat them if you write which ones you want repeating. Get some interlude music. I looked into how I could connect some sort of, you know, soundboard thing.
Yeah.
Too complicated. Can't be bothered.
I'm sure we could.
It took me long enough to get that camera working.
But we managed it.
Eventually, and I've used up all of my ports now on the computer. If you want any questions repeating, say now. You've got 3 minutes to click submit on your answer sheet, and then I'll give you the link to round 2, our theme rounds paper. Ooh. Different sheet for each one. It goes into the chat. I'll send a pigeon to you with it.
Yes, please.
Yeah, you have to.
That's more what I'm capable of.
2 minutes to get your answers in. Speak now if I ever hold your peace. Dum 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 dum. It's got a song in my head. I don't know. That's as I got the rhythm in my head, but that's as much as I've got.
I've got a song in my head. Can you guess it?
Hoobastank, the reason.
Alas, it's not that.
Razor light.
No. I'm sure this is really incredibly. Oh, it's a Bond theme, but which one is it? It's not my favourite, and it's not one of your favourites either.
Is it the new one?
No. Actually, maybe it is one of your favourites.
Oh, is it Die Another Day?
No, but that is one of my favourites.
Yeah, I had to go through the worst ones just to see which
Hey!
one.
You played it for me in this room. On vinyl.
Oh, that's a great one.
Can we play that when it's over?
Yeah, the vinyl isn't hooked up to it, but
it's
it's on
on
YouTube.
YouTube.
All right, lock the answers, Mike, and we'll get on with round 2. I'm going to check in on the scores already. I like to see how people are. Oh, I thought I had a link to the. SpaghettiOs. Where has it gone? Where's all the quiz links gone?
Oh, there's a ladybird on your curtain.
Oh, there's ladybirds everywhere.
Why have you got a ladybird in
They're taking over. I don't know. We just find them walking around the windows.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a bit odd, mate.
Pay up, little fella. All right, give me 1 second. I will get you the next answer sheet.
I wanted everybody to see the friend.
All right, that's fine. I will.
Come on, friend.
Sorry, I seem to have misplaced a trivia sheet that I need to give you the links. Okay, so you've got the link. So we'll be moving on to round 2. Oh, sorry, we'll be going on with the answers. For round 1, just in a minute. Right, answers for round 1. Jamie Foxx, missing an X, voiced the lead role in the name of the Disney Pixar's new movie that is Soul. That was your answer for question 1. Question 2. The actor that played James Bond in GoldenEye was Pierce Brosnan. Question 3 was after Glasgow and Edinburgh, Scotland's third largest city by population is Aberdeen. Question 4. The current monarch of Norway is Harald V. Question 5. Germany lost 6-0 against Spain on Tuesday. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. That's 6. The 80-ton sperm whale that attacked and sunk an American whaling ship in 1820 inspired Herman Melville to write the novel Moby Dick. 7. The name of the strait that separates Alaska from Russia is the Bering Strait.
I did get that right.
Excellent.
Do you want another beer?
I'm okay for the moment, thank you. Angus, Holstein, Friesian, Limousin, Japanese Black are all breeds of cow. 9. Pele supposedly scored his 1,000th goal on the 19th of November 1969. Who did you think it was?
I'm not going to say.
Don't say Bobby
was.
Charlton.
No, I didn't say that.
Jeff Hurst?
No, I got my years wrong. I didn't know how old they were.
Who did you put?
I put Maradona.
You put Maradona.
Yeah. Is that really wrong? Well, I mean, it is wrong.
I mean, he scored his famous goal in, was it 86?
Right. See, I told you I didn't know how old he was.
A bull is a type of cow, so yeah, bull is not right, but it's right enough.
Yeah.
10 and the new Disney Star Wars series, new season of The Mandalorian. There's Marcus coming in with the fun. I mean, technically, actually, for 9 it would, or 8, whatever it was, it would be cattle. But name the Disney Star Wars series that began its second season on the 30th of October 2020. That was The Mandalorian. I know Pele's got the accent over the E. I just couldn't be bothered by this point.
What, on question 7, you couldn't be fucked?
Not really. Okay, round 2. I was actually seeing who would actually call it up on that one. I knew it had an accent on. I just didn't bother to put it on.
Will you send me the link so I can do my questions?
Oh, I'll send you the link. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Academia and technology strikes again. There we go. Link to you. So, our theme round. Our theme for this week is software. I thought it was going to be an easy round to write. It wasn't. Let's get a bit of variation into it. It took a bit of time. So let's get on with it. So round 2, question 1 is, what is the most commonly installed operating system in the world for laptops and desktops, having roughly between 77 and 87% of the market? And I want you to be specific. It's all well and good pointing out the spelling mistakes. Not going to correct them. Not going to remember them. Too late to alter the entire spreadsheet and upload it. All its individual slides. So, what is the most commonly installed operating system in the world for laptops and desktops, having roughly between 77 and 87% of the market? Specific. Need you to be specific. Yes. As specific as possible. Well, I don't need the version number and the all those sort of super geeky things. You've put those down, put too much down. I'm going to take the points away again. Yes, most common in the whole world. If it was the most common of 77 to 87% of the market share in Germany, it would probably be MS DOS. Fucking Audi only just got away from that like a year ago. I mean, they've got the touchscreens now, but before they were still using like a. So to get the full point, you need to be specific. Bearing in mind, if you don't put the whole thing, it could mean something entirely different.
Even I can get this one, guys.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it tells you most of the time you turn on a computer as long as you've got this type. I think. I don't know. I've got one. I just never turn it on. All right. Question 2. Developed by Sean Fanning and Sean Parker, the two Seans. What P2P file sharing program launched in 1999 to primarily share digital audio files? So, developed by Sean Fanning and Sean Parker, what P2P file sharing program launched in 1999 to primarily share digital audio files? Oh, I'm going to have a quick goosey gander at the scores and see what's going on. Normally, I don't see this. I don't know what people have written and what questions they got right. I just see the score right at the end. So I'm gonna have a little peek. That looks like last week.
Getting a really good view of your widow's peak, actually, the angle that
Oh
you're
yeah, yeah.
at.
By Bella Lugosi. All right. Oh, everybody's done pretty well. Yeah, some good scores coming in there. So you started off, and Linda was already complaining that it was hard, and all the scores tell me it's not. So right, let's. I like. There's some good team names. Question 3. What is the title of the new Call of Duty game? Again, specific. It is being advertised to me like crazy on YouTube.
There's a massive, like, lit up one near my house.
Oh, like a billboard?
Oh no, it's on the side of a building.
Oh yeah,
It's been like completely painted with it.
really?
And then at night they light it up and stuff.
They got the money. We all know Battlefield is far better now. I mean, Call of Duty really lost their shit. So again, I need you to be as specific as possible. So what is the title of the new Call of Duty game? That is your question number 3.
That's very German of you.
It feels awkward to do it that way.
That's the British way.
Yeah.
German way.
Oh no.
You've been living here too long, mate.
What is the title of the new Call of Duty game? That is your question number 3. Question 4. Which company is famous for producing the titles Photoshop, Premiere, Illustrator, and InDesign, amongst others? So, which company is famous for producing the titles Photoshop, Premiere, Illustrator, and InDesign, amongst others? All part of their ridiculously expensive Creative Cloud now. To stop them people cracking them in the days gone by. Never would condone that. No, stealing money from jobs and such. Yeah. So that's your question 4. Question 5. After Spotify, then Apple Music, what is the third largest music streaming service by market share globally? So after Spotify, then Apple, what is the third largest music streaming service by market share? And there's so many to choose from.
Is there?
There's a lot. Like, it gets quite close actually when it comes down to the third. I mean, Spotify by I think they're about 10% larger than Apple Music. Apple Music is growing because of their new foray into home speaker devices.
I've put an answer, but I think it's wrong. It's the only other one that I can think of.
So your question 5 was after Spotify, then Apple Music. What is the third largest music streaming service by market share? Question 5. On to question 6. In which 1983 techno thriller film does a David Lightman, a young hacker, unwittingly access military software entitled War Operation Plan Response? WOPR. So, in which 1983 techno thriller film does a David Lightman, a young hacker, unwittingly access military software entitled War Operation Plan Response?
I definitely don't know this one.
You don't know. This is a great film.
I've put an incredibly wrong answer. Just for the crack.
Just for the crack.
Yeah.
See what Mike chuckles as he's marking them at the pub.
I mean, I've not written like fucking 4 weddings and a funeral.
That was definitely the subplot of Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Yeah, yeah. There was like a major hacking plot in that,
I mean,
right?
does
You're trying to remember who's in it now, right?
does Hugh Grant have a job in any of his films?
Yeah, in Notting Hill, he works in a bookshop.
He does work in a
He's
bookshop.
Prime Minister in Love Actually.
He is Prime Minister in
That
Love
is a
Actually.
job.
He's an out-of-work actor in Paddington 2, which is a masterpiece.
You keep telling me this, I've still never seen it.
You should see it.
What other Hugh Grant films are there?
Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Does he also work in he works in an antique shop in 4 Weddings and a
So he does have jobs. Just he lives
Oh,
in
incredible
nice
posho jobs.
incredibly posho jobs in nice parts of London, and he still be able to afford nice apartments. So 6 was in which 1983 techno thriller film does a David Lightman, a young hacker, unwittingly access military software entitled War Operation Plan Response? That was your question 6. Question 7. What was the name of the infamous software bug that was proclaimed would cause chaos when 1999 became 2000? So what was the name of the infamous software bug that was proclaimed would cause chaos when 1999 became 2000? There's actually a couple of names about the same feat, around the same theme, which were acceptable as answers.
Do you remember we thought that would grind everything to a halt, and instead it was COVID-19.
I mean, was it actually going to cause chaos, or did all the companies that actually spent a lot of money making sure they didn't prevent it from causing chaos, or would it have just been fine?
I remember as an 11-year-old being very worried about it.
Were you?
Yes.
Were you really worried about it as an 11-year-old?
Yes, I was. And that was the start of my career as an incredibly anxious adult.
I think I was semi-worried that the firework display at Huddersfield Technical College wasn't going to wasn't going to go off because of the
Okay. Cool.
Question 6 as a repeat was in which 1983 techno thriller film does David Lightman, a young hacker, unwittingly access military software entitled War Operation Plan Response? That was your question 6, the one prior. Current question is, what was the name of the infamous software bug that was proclaimed would cause chaos when 1999 became 2000? And now we'll move on to question 8. Apple's OS X famously used cat species as titles to its versions. I should start reading this one again. Apple's OS X famously used cat species as titles to its version releases beginning with OS 10.0. But after which cat species was it named? So which cat gave its name, probably unwittingly, to Apple's OS X 10.0? We all know Snow Leopard was by far the best release they did. No? That was a bit hard. We're at number 8 now, so I have to rack up the difficulty a little bit, you know?
I understand how a pub quiz works.
Yeah. Do you?
You might like to think that I don't, but I know that I do.
Well, let's see where number 9 and 10 take us. Because I have no idea. I don't remember. Was famous? Yes. What cat species gave its name to 10.0? It's probably something that your hairdresser doesn't talk about, Linda.
Meow.
One time I pop on Facebook and you see somebody in Berlin advice. Surprised you only picked up that bottle of Berlier when I could smell it.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen it before.
So Apple's OS X famously used cat species as titles to its versions. Later on, it replaced them with national parks. Beginning with OS 10.0, but after which species of cat was 10.0 named? Question 9. What is the name of Microsoft's virtual assistant software that takes its name from a synthetic intelligence character in the Halo series of video games? So, what is the name of Microsoft's virtual assistant software that takes its name from a synthetic intelligence character in the Halo series of video games? That is current virtual assistant software. I'm not thinking of the one back in the day that was a paperclip. It's current one that's installed on Microsoft things. No, you don't know this one, Becca. It's sat in the bottom of your taskbar. Can't avoid it on a Windows computer. Yep, they are. No? No? Not a dicky bird.
If I ever create a personal software, I'm going to call it Dicky Bird.
You gotta call your virtual assistant software Dicky Bird. Why not? I mean, go ahead, create one. Clippy. The paperclip. Was it Clippy?
Was it called Clippy?
I can't remember what it was called.
Sounds about right.
It's not. The answer's not Clippy. Clippy definitely does not take its name from a Halo. Right, that was your question 9. What is the name of Microsoft's virtual assistant software that takes its name from a synthetic intelligence character in the Halo series of video games? I've remembered what question 10 is. Now we're ramping it up to hard.
Okay.
In 2001, A Space Odyssey, HAL 9000 is the main antagonist. But what does HAL, H-A-L, stand for? In 2001, A Space Odyssey, HAL 9000 is the main antagonist. But what does HAL stand for? HAL. Let's sort our freaks from our geeks.
I mean, I don't know that.
A never failure of MS. Yeah, I mean, stack MS's failures up. I mean, that purchase of Nokia really went well for them. Or the Zune. The Zune, Microsoft's answer to the Apple iPod, which actually I think was they just bought a Toshiba music player and rebranded it, and it was
Well, I
appalling.
mean, they really fucked it with winding down Skype at exactly the wrong moment.
Does Skype not work anymore?
No, but like there was a point at which it was like complete market share
Yeah,
leader, and now everybody uses
other providers. Yeah, of which there are many options, but
indeed.
yeah, no. It's amazing that Bill Gates is still. I remember as a kid that Microsoft were going through that massive. Is it call it litigation when they were being forced to break up because they were too big.
Too big,
Yeah,
bigger
bigger than Jesus.
Isn't it good that we can say that now and not be like,
Ostracized from society.
yeah.
I mean, is it really what he even said? I bet you had a Zune, Dylan. I bet they were still popular in Florida. Zunes. Zunes had some good ideas. You could share songs with one another, and that if you shared a song with somebody else, they could listen to it 5 times and then it would delete itself. So if you're like, "Oh, this is a great song. Listen to it," and you just send it to one Zune to the other Zune.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, it doesn't work now
Yeah, I mean, just send it on YouTube, or if everybody's got Spotify.
other softwares are available.
Yeah, Apple Music is great. Did you know 80% of all music on Spotify is controlled by just 4 record companies?
I didn't, but it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Yeah. Is Linda giving herself compliments in the chat? All right. So those were your 10 questions. So you have. Does that go back to? You have until 7 minutes past. So that's 5 minutes remaining to submit your answers. To debate amongst yourselves. Submit your answers by 7 minutes past. Well, if you didn't know one answer, it's there now for you. Oh, you don't know how to get into the YouTube chat.
No. I'm missing out on that point.
And then next we'll have the audio round. There is a visual, but the visual is purely there to make it look a bit more interesting. So 2107, the scores will be locked. So make sure you get it in there by then. I don't have any sort of countdown-esque music to warn you. So you just have to look at the clocks on your digital devices. So get it in by 7 minutes past. You need all of the questions repeating? It's really grammar insert four-letter word going on in the YouTube chat.
Oh,
There's
really?
oh yeah, there's some. All right, okay. You want all 10 questions repeating as fast as possible. Right. All 10 questions repeating fast as possible. Question 1 is: what is the most commonly installed operating system in the world for laptops and desktops, having roughly between 77 and 87% of the market share? Question 2: developed by Sean Fanning and Sean Parker, what P2P file sharing program launched in 1999 to primarily share digital audio files? That was question 2. Question 3: what is the title of the new Call of Duty game? Be as specific as possible. That was question 3. Question 4: which company is famous for producing the titles Photoshop, Premiere, Illustrator, and InDesign, amongst others? 5. After Spotify and Apple, what is the third largest music streaming service by market share? 6 is: in which 1983 techno thriller film does David Lightman, a young hacker in Whistler, access military software entitled War Operation Plan Response? 7. What was the name of the infamous software bug that was proclaimed would cause chaos when 1990 became 2000? 8. Apple OS X is famous to use cat species as titles of its version releases beginning in OS 10.0, but after which species of cat was it named? That is version 10.0. What was that named after? 9. What is the name of Microsoft's virtual assistant software that takes its name from a sympathetic intelligence character in the Halo series of video games? And 10. In 2001, A Space Odyssey, HAL 9000 is the main antagonist, but what does HAL stand for? You've got 2 minutes. And in the meantime, I need more drinks. I'll be back in a second. Hello, if you're just joining, welcome. Check how we're doing. Okay, so those scores. Oh, God, that wind is chilly from that balcony.
The fridge.
From the fridge, yeah. Right. So scores have been locked. So we will get on with the answers for round 2. It says hoping that the... How good is the word pleb? I mean, the Romans thought it sufficient to use. Plebeian. Right. Just because people have been calling you Danny for years doesn't mean it's actually your name or it's a positive thing. So we're going on with answers for round 2. One was, what is the most commonly installed operating system in the world for laptops and desktops? It's Windows 10.
Hey.
Yeah. It's not really surprising. Although you'd expect Windows XP still to have like a fairly high share in banks or something. I know the Halifax when I worked there had XP.
Oh, XP.
Yeah. 2 was developed by Sean Fanning and Sean Parker. What P2P file sharing program launched in 1999 to primarily share digital audio files? It was Napster. Do you remember when they tried to go legit as well?
No, not really.
It didn't really work for them. 3 was the title of the new Call of Duty game. It's Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
I did not get. I got part of that. I was not specific enough. Which shows you how well that massive illuminated.
What did you put?
I just put Cold War.
Yeah, that's worth it. That's fine. Like you don't need the actual Black Ops. The Cold War is the important part. 4. Which company is famous for producing the titles Photoshop, Premiere, Illustrator, and Design? It's Adobe. 5. Spotify, then Apple. What is the third largest music streaming service by market share? It's Amazon. Surprisingly.
Does it come free with Prime?
No, it
Oh,
doesn't.
it doesn't.
No, you have to pay for it separately from Prime.
Who the fuck's doing that?
I don't know. My dad, I know that. My dad also keeps buying Echoes. The entire house is covered in Echoes, and he doesn't know how to use them. You just walk into a room, start talking, little orange light starts flashing at you. 6. In which 1983 techno thriller film does David Lightman, a young hacker, unwittingly access military software entitled War Operation Prime Response? It was War Games. There's no space between those two words. War Games.
Yeah.
It's a great film. Matthew Broderick, just before he killed those people on the Irish road.
We'll talk about that later.
Black Ops 3 doesn't count. No, you needed Cold War. 7. What is the name of the infamous software bug that proclaimed the world would cause chaos between 1999 and 2000? It was the Y2K bug, or the Millennium bug, or any variation on that is fine. Can you have a point because Windows XP is still used in nearly all medical practices? No, because it doesn't equate to 77 to 87% of the market share. 8. The first of OS X's cats to give a name to a version number was Cheetah. It was the very first one. 10.0, launched in 2001 and supported through until 2004. There we go, random trivia. 9. The name of Microsoft's virtual assistant software, if you didn't get it from the live chat that it was put in there, it was Cortana.
Clean Bandit did that horrendous advert with them.
Clean Bandit?
You remember the band with the song?
The band with the song?
Yeah.
The band with the song did something with Cortana?
Yeah, and it was one of the most cringe-worthy, painful adverts that was on telly at the time.
I don't remember that. And 10 was, in 2001, A Space Odyssey, HAL 9000 is the main antagonist. But what does HAL stand for? And it's heuristically programmed algorithmic computer. That's HAL. No half point for Windows. I said be specific. Because Windows also could have been a mobile operating system, etc. So it had to be Windows 10.
You tell him, Simon.
Right, so next up is our music round. Music round this week. You need to give your artist and song name for the 10 songs. You will hear roughly 20 seconds of each song. HAL is HAL. If you notice that it's heuristically programmed and the AL of algorithmic is large. That's what it is. I didn't write the bloody book. Right, yes. Artist and song name. There isn't a theme, but the music takes on. Linda, we can all feel you do eye rolling. I mean, it's actually practically keeping the Earth spinning. Um, uh, to avoid copyright, you've got to have the music in a very interesting form. I really quite enjoyed making it this week. Um, so it's 20 seconds of a piece of music, followed by around a 10-second interval so you can chat. You will hear everything twice. Without further ado, I will mute my microphone and we will get on with it, because then I can listen to it too. We need the links. I'm sorry, I forgot about the links. Well, somebody could have written a bit quicker. All right, round 3. There you go. There's the link. Ah! Links up. So ignore the video. The video is purely there just for something to happen. And it was a bit of fun to put it in there. Oh, Becca needs a link too. She's not. There we go. Right, Becca's got the link. Right. So I'm going to mute my microphone. And we'll get going with round 2. one more time. So that was your 10 songs played twice. So get your answers down, and you've got until 33 minutes past. I had a great time putting this together over the course of an hour and a half this morning, purely just for the audio around, going through 8-bit songs. That the last song or the night number 9?
The number 10.
Number 10. Do you get the artist's names in the end?
What, the featured? Oh! No, I only know the main artist for that.
All right, so you've got 6 minutes to get your answers in, and then we'll move on to the answers for that round, I guess.
No, we'll get done for YouTube. Copyright.
Not on the 8-bit. I don't think we'd get done on it. That's why I've done a round on the 8-bits, because we got done on every single song last week. I got a message saying Viacom has blocked your. I can't remember what the theme was last week already, but yeah. Even though I only did like 10 seconds last week as well. That was it. Yeah. So Viacom, I think they own Pokemon, something like that.
Yeah, they do.
So yeah, they got blocked by them. Oh, YouTube's algorithm. Yeah.
Well, you'll just have to sing them all next week, Simon.
That's what we did in the very first quiz. Didn't sing them, but
You read out
yeah,
the
yeah.
lyrics.
Go on, get your answers in. You have got 5 minutes. Don't need to make it any clearer. I'm going to use this time. For a word you used earlier, and I don't remember what it was now. Ablution. Yeah, that. I have no power to go back and play number 4 again. It's all edited together. Where's Evie? Where is Evie? She's keeping warm under the radiator in the bedroom. Trevo Gurkha is a great name. So you now have 2 minutes to get your answers in. 2 minutes. Minuten.
Clue.
Yeah, you'd have to know the song to get that clue. So, as Mike writes in the chat, average score for round 1 was 8.3. So it must have been Linda dragging that one down. And in the second round, it was 6.3. You could. I was gonna say it was supposed to be weighted.
Pour yourself a full mug. No.
Lightly heated over a pan. Slightly heated Baileys. Like a hot chocolate Baileys.
Yeah, no, or like a coffee Baileys. Ice cold Baileys. Other cream liqueurs are available.
Yeah, you got the cheap ass one from Audi.
Ballycastle.
Ballycastle.
My family and I were like trying to defrost
1 minute.
over the fire.
Defrosting. That's frozen bar.
It's still good. Getting the ice out. I'm gonna wait till I finish my beer. That's why I still some of the things.
If you've got the Bailey's lead now.
Now that somebody's got one, I want one.
You want that hug of the lining.
I'm really happy with this. Drinking a lot of white Russians. Oh yeah, I thought you had your kitchen bar. Yeah, I love the red light, by the way.
The what? The lighting.
It gives me real like sniper vibes. Hey, have you not been to the flat yet? Alright, the flat is a sniper. It's just this woman, this age agnostic woman who's either in her 60s or 80s, floating around smoking constantly. Yeah,
All right, answers. Answers are locked. Well, it should be locked. I'm saying this in confidence. And we will get on in a minute just to make sure that nobody's left behind. We'll get on with the answers. So, I need to change some settings. Dog is sleeping. Do not disturb dog. There's a movement begun. The dog. All right, I will get my. I am very positive about the Windows advert. Seen as it actually was a forced upgrade from everybody with Windows 8, or pretty much everybody with Windows 8.
What happened to Vista, man?
Vista. Now that was a great piece of software. Vista.
Was that Vista?
The one which went back like that. Oh no, that was 8 with all the tiles. Like the little yeah. That was
great.
yeah.
Very annoying.
And there was like a popular thing to bring back the start bar, and eventually they did. All right, I'm going to presume that the answers are locked. Yep, they're locked. So let's get on with the music round answers. So I can't hear these, so I'm going to have to media source the volume down. Right, okay, song 1 was... Bring up my answers. Was Immigration Song by Led Zeppelin. That was your song 1. Song 2 was Where Is My Mind by the Pixies. Song 3 is Clint Eastwood by Gorillaz. Very disappointing concert. Last one's in, first one's out. Song 4 is about to come up. Can you put volume on yours? I don't know where I am. This is the problem. If song 4 is coming up now. Okay, song 4 is Chop Suey by System of a Down. It is a great song. Actually, really quite fun as an 8-bit. It really fitted the graphic. No? It's great when it gets further in. It does the break. Yeah. Song 5, when that comes up, is Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. Wow. It's just great, also great at 8-bit. Great album. Wait for it. Perhaps one of the harder ones. It was Du Hast by Rammstein. I would love to see Rammstein live. Oh, I bet. Yeah. Then we had Blue Dabba Dee by Eiffel 65. Yeah. I don't know. Would most people know it's Eiffel 65?
Yeah, I knew it was that.
Oh, okay, cool. I know the song, didn't know who the band was. Like.
We were talking about it. I don't know why. We have great conversations at our flat.
Then a modern classic came up next with All Star by Smash Mouth. Then in song 9, if that's coming up yet. There we go. Song 9, it was Anaconda by Nicki Minaj. That actually was possibly the 8-bit version that fitted the Street Fighter video that I've got. Streets of Rage. Before the keyboard warriors get on top of me for that. Streets of Rage video that's playing. And then the final song was Lean On by Major Lazer and DJ Snake.
No, I meant like 2 people.
And those were your songs. All right, so All right. Okay. I forgot to actually put my microphone on, and I also forgot to put the link. So I'm getting on top of that. Just need to find the links. Okay. So link is in the chat. Yeah. Apparently my microphone just switched off. Or didn't switch on when I clicked it too. So link is in the chat. I will send the link individually to Becca, seeing as technology in the world.
Actually, I have found the chat now.
Oh, you found the chat
Thank
now?
you anyway,
Oh, you did it? Oh, congratulations.
It took me, what was it, an hour and a half?
Yeah. All right. Link in the chat, and your question one in the harder round in the latest series of The Crown, who plays Margaret Thatcher, is your question one.
I don't think she got the accent right.
No?
Mm.
I thought she did pretty well.
I think the lady who did it in the film did it better.
Um, Meryl Streep.
I think Meryl Streep.
Can you ever think that the whole Oscar fiasco with her and Trumpy was like 4 years ago now? Streep doesn't deserve, she's not a very good actress.
I don't recall the particular incident. So
No? Alright, okay. Alright, so question one in the latest series of The Crown, who plays Margaret Thatcher? On to question two. Are you watching the chat comments now?
No, but I just got a message off Tori, and she says that Danny says to Downey
Oh, Jesus.
beer.
What is acrophobia a fear of? What is acrophobia a fear of? Is your question two. Danny wants me to drink down my beer, so you should have timed it when I had more beer.
Fresh one.
Wouldn't mind with the top beer. Thank you. Carl Nolan forgot to submit round three. I hope your team will forgive you. Have you Well, maybe Danny, you'll be like Robert Bruce and succeed on your seventh time, or maybe not. Probably not. Baileys. Oh, look at that!
What's
Look at
that?
that head on that pine. Oh, that's lovely. Ah, nice. Thanks, Becca. A perfect pour. Ah.
Are we still on number 2? Accra.
Yep, we're going to move on to number 3 now. The Operation Uranus turned the tide of which battle in 1942 in favor of the Soviets? The Operation Uranus or Uranus turned the tide of which battle in 1942 in favor of the Soviets?
I know I've got that wrong.
Is that a hot?
3rd of January.
Is those just 4 mugs of Baileys? No, you've.
It's not a full mug. It's like pretty fucking close to me.
Is it just Baileys?
Yeah.
Why does the sun go down too early?
I'll have to have you around for a while. Oh yeah.
So question 3 was the Operation Uranus turned the tide of which battle in 1942 in favor of the Soviets? Question 4 is the brothers Karamazov is the final novel by which the Russian author? Speaking of great Russian authors,
There we go.
the brothers Karamazov is the final novel by which Russian author? I'm sure Marcus of the Two Fellas fame has got this straight away. Don't think you need that name in German. It's literally Die Brüder Karamazov. It's the final novel by which the Russian author?
I've guessed.
I'll have a sip of Bailey's. Pass the Bailey's over. Just gotta get this before like Daddy comes down it. Oh, there's ice in it. Oh, it's nice. Oh,
It is good.
oh that. Oh.
So good, isn't it?
Mm.
In
Mm-mm.
the UK, Lidl have got one that's like white chocolate.
Oh, that sounds a bit rich.
It's Bailey's, mate.
But like Bailey's is already rich, but white chocolate Bailey's.
I'll see. I'll find it for you.
So question 4, the brothers Karamazov is the final novel by which Russian author? Question 5 is which city is the capital of Armenia? Which city is the capital of Armenia? I did realize a mistake I put on this question earlier on. I was like, what is the capital of Armenia? And I just knew somebody would have written A. Is that the bottom?
Ballycastle white chocolate.
Oh, it's Ballycastle, is it?
Ballycastle's alright.
Is it?
Ballycastle Lidl or is it Aldi?
Is it Aldi? Is it because it comes in that brown bottle, doesn't it? Or maybe it's Lidl because like the one that Audi sell comes in like a horrid brown bottle with like a green.
It tastes like Milky Bar. Oh my god. We have to get some of that.
So question 5, which city is the capital of Armenia? Question 5. Looking forward to drinking a bottle of Bailey's during the Late Late Toy Show next week. Probably the theme next week is going to be toys. And a straw. Just an ice bucket. So, question 6. Identify this architect from the caricature. Look carefully, there are some clues. So identify the architect from the caricature.
Do I know it?
There's a street in Berlin that shares the name.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Just get closer to the screen. All right, let's see if I
Can you bigify it?
bigified for these plebeians. There you go. So you had a close up. I just need to get bigger TV screens. All right. So question 7. Complete the line. Hello. My name is blank. You killed my father. Prepare to die. So complete the line. It's a line from a movie. Hello, my name is blank. You killed my father. Prepare to die. For those who wrote Mix-a-Lot or whatever it was, you're getting the point.
I was one of them.
You're one of them.
Yeah.
I couldn't have told you what Sir Mix-a-Lot sounded like.
I will. It's exactly the same.
Then you get the point. Okay, Becca as quizmaster of music says, fine. So 7, complete the line. Hello, my name is blank. You killed my father. Prepare to die. That was your question 7. 8. Name the final 4 states through which the Colorado River passes before exiting into the Gulf of California. You'll get half a point for naming 2 consecutive states, and the full point only if you name all 4 consecutive states.
You have to name them in order.
Need all 4
But
in order.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Actually, if you write all 4, you'll get, but not necessarily in the right order, you will get the point still. But to get half a point, you have to write 2 in the right order. So name the final 4 states through which the Colorado River passes before exiting into the Gulf of California. 4. Final 4. And this is in terms of divisions of land, not final 4 states of water, 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 water. Repeat of question 5. Question 5 was, which city is the capital of Armenia? Was question 5. The question gives you all the information you need to know how to answer it correctly. Name the final 4 states through which the Colorado River passes before exiting into the Gulf of California. No, don't say that. Danny was been on me all night about downing me beer. Hayes. That one. I'm not gonna down the bloody beer. I get you a shoe. Gotta drink Bailey's from a shoe. No, it's not. It's a reference to the Mighty Boosh.
I thought that. Yeah, I thought that was.
So name the final 4 states through which the Colorado River passes before exiting into the Gulf of California. All the information you need to know to answer the question correctly is in there. So that's question 8. Question 9. In which sport is the America's Cup awarded? In which sport is the America's Cup awarded? In which sport is the America's Cup awarded? Is that your team name?
No, but I wish it fucking was.
Yeah.
Never mind the pub quiz.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
Yeah.
What was it? I've forgotten it already.
No, that's what I call
There we go.
it.
I literally
That's really
forgot it
funny.
so quickly.
You can age people really well based on like what their favorite. Now that's what I call.
Yeah.
My favorite is 42.
My first one was on tape. So
Oh, you're really old.
I think I had like a 20 something. So in which sport is America's Cup awarded? That is your question 9. And your question 10 is to which piece of classical music does this melody belong? There it is. I've enlarged it for you. You have to. It's judging on the fact that you have somebody in your team that could read
Oh.
notation. So, to which piece of classical music does this melody belong? If you've got someone in your team who can read notation, then hum it out to your team over your Zoom, and I guarantee you'll know it. Unless you're a drummer, which we all know is not a real musician. Hit shots fired. Predominantly aimed at Marcus. To which piece of classical music does this melody belong? So, what piece of classical music does it belong?
Well, I've not done very well on this one. I've sent them already.
Submitted. All right,
I
you've
don't wanna
got
think about
until
it.
5 past the hour. It is the hard round. So you've got until 5 past the hour to get your answers in. Click that submit button. Which piece? Is it Chopin's Nocturne in E flat major? Is it Beethoven's Symphony Number 5? It's not one of those two. Let's just use the word, replace the word piece with song, but in a more cultured way. If you want to work it out, start singing Sound of Music and the Do Re Mi Fa La So Ti Do and start singing it to yourself. Just ignore the flats and the key.
Out of your mind.
How the fuck do you know how much that of Victoria Beckham's? Do you know the Beckhams
That's
are the
a
most?
massive tune.
Is it a massive tune?
It is a massive tune.
No, I think the one I'm thinking of is Master Chin and Girl. Yeah, that was my favorite. Oh my god, yeah.
You know, Victoria and David Beckham are the most caricatured people. I think from the day, like it's just carried over. The weird stuff you find as you I don't know who monitors it though. Who's like, oh, how many caricatures of the Beckhams did you do this week? Did she just completely like her career ended after she did the Time Machine with Guy Pearce?
Wasn't she also in? Was she?
Guy
Have I
Ritner.
made this up, or was she also in Tim Burton's version of Planet of the Apes? Or
Time
Just-
Machine.
Was
I don't. Was she in the Planet of the Apes? I've.
Maybe, right, okay. This could be fake news. Maybe they just had very, very similar posters.
If anybody needs needs a question repeating, right now in the chat, and I'll repeat the question. If not, you've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes to submit your answer. 50.
And I remember I loved it because it had Bob the Builder, Momo number 5 on it.
Bob the Builder was in a now. That's what I call you.
It was Christmas number 1 in the year 2000, but like 99 to 2000. The Christmas number 1 in the UK of
Was
the
Bob the
millennium
Builder.
was Bob the Builder.
I thought it was Bob the Builder.
It was that one, yeah. Oh, sorry, am I talking about the wrong Bob the Builder song? He had a more successful recording career. How does that make you feel?
Wait, I'm really confused. That's the only one you could
Bob
read.
the Builder has a more successful recording career than probably you will ever have.
Well, that's not a surprise in the slightest, considering he's recorded music. Is he more? Has Bob the Builder sold more records than Victoria Beckham as a solo artist?
I bet not.
Yeah, Heaven is a Half Pipe.
Great song.
Bohemian Like You.
Bohemian Like You. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No wonder.
I like you. I like you. That was a car advertisement. Oh, yeah. All right, those are your 10 questions. Number 7. Okay. 7 was complete the line. Hello, my name is. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Complete the blank. It's from a movie. Right, those are your questions. So, Mike will. Why does this keep logging? There we go. I'm just going to direct the microphone in your way.
Apparently, Bob the Builder knocked Eminem off the top
Stan,
spot.
yeah.
Stan was the first single I officially bought. Officially bought. We don't count the Smurfs. I got a little puppy.
Don't we?
No. Because it came in a thick case, not in a thin single case. That's the difference, you see. That's the difference. All right, Mike, lock the answers. How's that Bailey's going down? Gonna be diluting it with vodka later on. So. Ice to freeze?
Oh, it's really good. Can the two fellas make a Bailey's?
I wonder how long it takes to make Bailey's. All right, we are locked, so that means we can get on with the answers. And in the time of doing the answers, there we go. In the time of doing the answers, hopefully Mike will be able to answer all of the questions. No pressure. So, the answers for the harder round are 1. It is Gillian Anderson that plays Maggie Thatcher.
That was for Gillian, not Thatcher. Yeah. I am not whooping Thatcher. I am whooping Gillian.
What?
I did a whoop, but I didn't want it to.
Oh, that's why you were whooping Thatcher.
I'm not. We just want to make that clear.
Some teams are not in apparently, so I'm waiting with the chat. Told you 5 past. So yeah, a dog had a rubber cartoon head, like spitting image
Yeah.
of Thatcher. and just destroyed it. It was brilliant. It was like we used to have this old ammo crate box that and it was in there. It's just in these pieces. You open it up to get a piece of wood out to put on the fire, and there's just this mangled head of Thatcher in it. You were still humming. Were you working out on the do re mi fa la? No. Mike, when you're ready, when you think you're ready, write in the chat, and I'll go with the go ahead. In the meantime, we'll talk more about Victoria Beckham's high quality pieces of music. I do remember from 2D TV or Ed TV. I don't remember what it was, but there was like a cartoon sketch of somebody stealing Victoria Beckham's iPod and running along, going like, "Ah, I got it!" Scrolling through and just seeing it as just Victoria Beckham's music, so just running back and returning it to her.
Oh, bless. She tried her best. She married well, right?
She didn't even rejoin the Spice Girls for the last tour. She was like, nah. Don't need the money.
All right. Yeah, you don't need to. You really do not need to do the A major or anything like. The name of the piece, even in its more commonly known form, was fine. Careful, Dylan. Marcus is good at hitting things as a drummer. 1. In the latest series of The Crown, who plays Margaret Thatcher? That was Gillian Anderson. Deja vu that. 2. Acrophobia is the fear of heights. Vertigo is just a symptom. The Operation Uranus turned the tide of which battle in 1942 in favor of the Soviets? It was the Battle of Stalingrad. 4. The Brothers Karamazov is the final novel by which Russian author? It was Fyodor Dostoevsky. How do you say it?
No, don't turn that right.
How do you say it, Becca? Becca, how do you say it?
Dostoevsky?
Dostoevsky, I guess. Marcus is shouting at the screen now, being like, something, however he says it. I'm sure he's read it. 5. Which city is the capital of Armenia? It's Yerevan. I actually didn't know that until the war broke out there recently. 6. The architect is Georges Eugene Haussmann. He was the architect of Paris.
I didn't know that, actually.
Oh, she's speaking up.
Very, very fun fact. That was the question. I think it might not have been the £1 million question, but it was a question in the guy. Do you remember the coughing major who
on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It was who was like the architect of Paris. That was either the £1 million question or the £500,000 question. Anyway.
If you want to correct the spelling on the Dostoevsky, I copied and pasted it from the Wikipedia page.
That is a fun fact, right?
That is a fun fact. Was that that was the £1 million, or was it on the way?
It was one of the two. It was either the $500,000 or the $1 million.
The comic, I believe, it was about destroying an old town. So in the background there is a cemetery, and Huseman designed a cemetery in this town. I don't know. There are clues, but they're not. I didn't say they're obvious. Of course, the pronunciations is as long as it's read in the same way or is the right way, it's fine. 7 was complete the line. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. From The Princess Bride. The most famous line from the film. Well, one of the most famous. I'm not going to cause controversy by quoting lines from that film. Name the final 4 states through which the Colorado River passes before exiting into the Gulf of California. It's Nevada, California, Baja California, and Sonora. Sonora? Yeah, Sonora, I guess. So those are the final 4 states with which the Colorado River passes through. It's Nevada, California, Baja California, Sonora. If you just put the final four American states, the world doesn't focus around America. They are also states in Mexico.
I know.
So those were the states there. Did anybody specify US states? Nobody specified US states. It says, name the final four states through which the Colorado River passes. Your presumption that the world is focused on America has led you down the wrong path. There you go. 9. In which sport is the America's Cup awarded? It's in yachting or sailing, depending on whichever way you want to classify it.
Oh, fuck.
Did you put golf?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, there's only two teams who ever compete in it, the Defender and the Challenger, who compete in it. And America has won for the most part. Don't blame me, blame yourselves. 10. The piece of music to which the melody belonged, it was Dvorak's Symphony Number 9. You'll get the point if you put the New World Symphony. I'll even give you the point if you wrote the Hovis music. Na 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 na. Beautiful piece of music.
As soon as you said the Hovis music, it played in
Yeah.
my head.
It's supposed to be on an oboe, but they changed it as well for the Hovis for a horn. Wow.
And what have you done, Freddie?
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. I'm not bodybuilding. Too much money in construction.
Do 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 do. All right, so those are your answers for the quiz. It's the end of the quiz. So, wait for Mike to do the scores, and then we will run through who's a winner and who's a loser.
You're really happy that I'm going to be a loser.
I don't think you will be the loser.
I'm going to be. Well, I mean, there's only one winner, and it ain't.
This is true. Was it called Going Home for the European Championships in '96? I remember Euro '96 purely because my dad picked up a shitload of cheap fan memorabilia after the championship was over.
Yeah, but I have the bird. It had kind of like a weird bird. Was France '96 or was that '94?
France was '98. That had the
Oh,
cockerel.
was it? All right, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. No, no going home. If you manage to ignore Symphony Number 9, the New World Symphony, and write Going Home instead for a 1996 piece of music over the fact that you just read a piece of classical music and chose to go with a 1996 European Football Championship song, I'd be impressed, but also quite astonished. So no point. I need to hear this Going Home from '96. Is it? It's a piece of music, right? Is it from the Mark Knopfler concert? All right, I'm gonna check how we're going on scores. Okay, we've got some teams done really well so far in the watching Mike's box move along. Yeah, teams have done pretty well in the hard round. Maybe I need to make it harder next week. No, I don't, because I can't figure any more harder questions. I'm tired. I'm so tired. Music round, people did really well. A couple of 10s out of 10s there. There's one team I want to see how they did. It's two teams I want to see how they did. So we're gonna go along and see. Okay, okay, okay. About the Colorado River, I found that it.
You know which one my team name is?
I don't. I haven't checked. I've not read them all. I just looked for two.
Together because of Bailey's.
Just checking something. I am just checking something. You can what?
I've already had that.
Stop looking at my head and stop bringing my head up. No, the final four states are Nevada, California, Baja California, and Sonora. It goes through Arizona before Nevada, then flows along the border on the Californian side before exiting into Baja California, the Sonora, into the Gulf of Mexico. So, answers. Scores on the doors. That's last week's. Just getting the list, and then I'll read out the scores. And don't forget, I will post the scores on the two fellas will post it in the event. I'll post it on the Simon Does Pub Quiz Facebook page. Subscribe to the two fellas YouTube channel, and oh, he's got my trivia sheet. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Mike. So many sheets going now. Since Forrest, what is your meaning? Since the Colorado River question smacks of a pretty anti-American gimmick, as opposed to maybe it doesn't speak of an anti-American gimmick. It speaks of knowing more than just American stuff, or presuming that there is an American focus on everything. So we'll go on to the scores. Scores are upside down, so I'm just reading them as I can. So in 31st place is Quay Conyo Dices with 5 points. Uncles with Benefits in 30th place. In 29th place, the Googlers with 16 points. 28th, the Hail Marys with 19.5. In 27th place, and 20.5 points, Relicon Polo. In 26th place, Father Clint Power, 23.5 points. Then we've got Brian Harvey's Baked Potatoes, and the Excelsiors and Udo and the Jurgens, all on 23. Then on 22nd place, on 25 points, is the Spreewald Gherken. In 21st, the Ritter der Kokosnuss is 25.5 points in 21st place. Tied in 19th place, we have on 26 points, My Quiz Soft and the Duxcher Rotter. In 18th place, we have Two Fellas, One Pub with 26.5 points. Then we go to 16th place. We've got on 27 points, Attention, Geschichte, and Bacon Salad, both on 27. Then in joint 14th place, we've got the Mildreds Are Back and King Sperm on 27.5 points. In 13th place, on 28.5, we've got Fancy Jams. In 12th place, on 29 points, we've got Jimmy Buffett Fan Club. In 11th place, we've got The on 30 points. Joined 9th, we've got on 30.5 points. We Came for the Beer and Lynn's Friends. Then we've got in 8th place on 31 points, Pickles XP. In 7th, we've got Jürgen Johann and the Jizzers, I guess. Yep, on 31.5. In 6th place, on 32 points, Alexander Bombers Fantref Panko Super. Does it keep going? Super Light. In 6th place on 32 points. In joint 4th, on 32.5 points each, we have Fart Garfunkel and Don't Fucking Clap. Then in the final 3, we've got in 33 points, Team Artemis. In second, Friday Night Shopping Ladies on 33.5. And that means our winners on 34.5 are the House Martins.
Yay!
So congratulations to the House Martins. That's 2 weeks in a row, I think. Thank you for playing, everybody. And I hope you've enjoyed the music. Becca says thank you. Oh, she's coming onto the she's coming in.
Hiya, lads. Oh, you had a good one.
Follow the two fellas on their Instagram, on the website, and on the Facebook. Keep up to date with any special offers that the fellas are offering. We'll be back again next week for, well, as long as we keep going under lockdown until Christmas, basically. Oh yeah, next week we're going to have to make sure there's the Late Toy Show, which cannot be missed. If there are teams missing, I'm sorry if they're missing. It's what I've got. We will post, if there is anybody missing, we'll post the full scores on the Simon Does Pub Quiz Facebook page and onto the Two Fellas pages. And with that, see you again next week. Thank you, everybody, and see you again soon.